And now clearly there's a conversation after this, given what he did in the game, that had he been on at the start, Town would have fared better. Have you got any thoughts on that?
I wasn't surprised. I was kind of 50-50 in terms of whether he would start. We had this conversation, didn't we, on about 11 o'clock on deadline day, straight away, just hours after Kieffer Moore had signed.
Yeah.
Will he put him in for Preston? And we sort of ummed and ahed and thought, well, I thought it could go either way, because it quite clearly was a Kieffer Moore type of game for all the reasons that we've discussed about Preston. Kieran McKenna was asked that question on Friday before the game. Is he ready? And he said, we'll see how many minutes we give him, because he's only just arrived. I think he had one light training session with the team Friday morning. And we've discussed about how Ipswich's style of play takes a little while to get new signings up to speed with, to understand the patterns of play and how they work. But on the other hand, although he's not played tons of games this season, Kieffer Moore, he played in the FA Cup in January and scored a goal fairly recently. And naturally, I think McKenna referred to him as being a fit, robust man. So I was leaning towards them maybe being tempted just to chuck him in, because what's the worst that can happen? It didn't feel like a Caden Jackson type of game, and it ultimately wasn't a Caden Jackson type of game. But hindsight's a wonderful thing. Would Kieffer Moore have had that sort of impact from the start? Had he started, maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. As you say, it's a bit of hindsight there. The good thing is that he did have that impact that he did, because my word, I can't remember a better debut for Ipswich Town in quite some time. Within seconds, as Alex says, of them starting, I think they took the goal kick. Edmondson banged it up to him. He won a flick on. Chaplin almost got on the end of it. Seconds later, he dropped deep, got clattered from behind to win a free kick. A few minutes after that, he'd glanced a header wide inside the box. So he's slightly different to George Hurst, but he's going to help kind of replace some of the qualities that have been missing. I don't think he's going to have the same pace and mobility to run in behind. I don't think we're going to see him streaking away to score one-on-one goals as George Hurst has done, but I think he's better in the air. He uses his size better than Hurst does. I think his link play is probably that little bit more advanced. George Hurst was certainly getting better. He was adding that to his game, but I think Kieffer Moore's just that bit further down the track with it being able to sort of drop in and hold the ball up and make it stick and bring others into play. So a really, really exciting second debut for Kieffer Moore.